Napoleon is now out playing in theaters. Alright, so if you guys have been on the channel for a little while, you know that this is my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year, especially in November. So let me get the positives out of the way. Joaquin Phoenix was very good in this movie. I really enjoyed his performance. He definitely has to carry the movie a lot on his shoulders, and when he's on screen, I enjoyed his presence. Also, Vanessa Kirby playing his wife in the movie, she's mostly just there for Joaquin Phoenix to have sex with. But regardless of that, I did think that she also gave a pretty good performance as well. And the battle sequences, dude, when these battle sequences happen, they are epic. They look great. They're well shot. Ridley Scott directs them very well. And you feel the weight and you feel the rawness of them. I really enjoyed the battle sequences. And the movie looks great. It looks well shot. Great cinematography. I didn't like this movie. Yeah, I'm coming back from the theater just now, and as I was driving home, this movie, it just made me frustrated. As I was sitting there, I was frustrated, but as I drove home, did I get frustrated. Here's the thing. Look, I'm not a history buff, okay? I don't know that much about history, especially this moment in time, the French Revolution and all that stuff. I'm not the most well-educated on that stuff, but going into a movie, paying money to go watch a movie, guess what? I shouldn't have to be educated on it. The movie should tell me a story and walk me through it and, you know, tell me what happened during this time. And this movie, guys, I swear, is a montage of moments in Napoleon's life with like zero context. I'm not embarrassed to say that half the time watching this movie, I had no idea what the heck was going on. And I'm not embarrassed to say that because I don't feel like that's my fault. That is Ridley Scott's fault and this movie. Everything in this movie is presented with no context, no build-up, no connection to who knows who, what is happening, why are they at war with this person, what is happening here? And with the editing of this movie, it really makes the story feel very jumbled. Because Ridley Scott is trying to cover so many, I think at one point in the movie they say 15 years, at least 15 years of Napoleon's rise and fall. And that's the thing too, is the story of Napoleon is so poorly told here. I couldn't tell you what exactly he did to rise up, why he was so great. People tell me he's so great in this movie, but the movie never really shows you why people think that he's this great leader. You get a couple of battle scenes where he seems to know what he's doing commanding chiefs, but why does he become like this emperor of France? The movie never really draws you in. It never really gives you the story of why that is. And I get it. Ridley Scott has like a 4-hour cut coming on to Apple TV+. I don't give a crap about your DLC version of this movie. I paid money to see this movie in the theater, and the fact that I could feel like some of this movie, half of the story of this movie was missing, and it's probably going to be in that 4-hour bullcrap cut on Apple TV+. Give me it in the movie theater that I've paid for to see. And that's the thing about this experience for me, is that I just found it frustrating because in some ways it made me feel like a dummy. I just didn't understand what was going on, why it was happening. There were so many wars and conflicts with countries in this movie, but the movie never tells you why. Yeah, I could open a history book if I wanted to, but I came to watch a movie and get a story, and I did not feel like the story was executed well at all. And maybe that's going to work for you. Maybe you're a history buff. Maybe you love this period of France. Maybe you understand everything that's going on with the context of Napoleon. Even Napoleon as a character, I don't feel like was that well executed. I really didn't get to know Napoleon. I didn't feel like this movie followed Napoleon as a character. It just kind of followed what this character was doing. And in that way, I felt no attachments in this movie. I didn't care about him and his wife. I didn't care about the problems they were having. I didn't even care about the battle sequences. They looked great. They were the most entertaining part of the movie to watch, but I didn't give a crap about what was happening or who they were fighting or why, because I didn't know why. And when stuff like that starts to frustrate me, little things also start to frustrate me. Like, why the heck did Napoleon not speak a single lick of French the entire movie? Joaquin Phoenix just talks in his normal American accent. He's supposed to be from France. He's French. Where's his accent? There's no subtitles. He never once speaks French or has a French accent in this movie. And because this movie frustrated me so much, that really frustrates me now that I'm thinking back on it. Look, I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion. Maybe this actually was a fantastic movie and there's dialogue that I missed that are filling in these gaps. But my experience with this movie was this experience. I sat down, I watched it. Flashes of images happened. We cut from scene to scene that felt like it had no transition or no natural way of getting to places. It felt like there was no context. It felt like there was no through line even of the entire story. If you're a history buff and you just want to see the best of compilation of Napoleon's reign in France, go nuts. I guess you'll understand this. I didn't understand this. I'm very disappointed in this movie. The more that I think back on it, the less I've enjoyed my experience with it. I really hate to do it because I was really excited for this, and maybe some of you will like it, but for me, guys, personally, I'm not recommending this movie. This is a not recommend for me. This is probably one of my least favorites of the year so far, and that really disappoints me. Well, that might be my first rant on the channel ever. But anyway, guys, those are just my thoughts on Napoleon. What did you think of Napoleon? Did you have a better time watching Napoleon than I did tonight? Comment down below and let me know, guys. I'd love to hear all your thoughts and opinions. And if you're new here and you haven't heard, we have a goal on this channel. We want to hit 2,500 subscribers before the end of the year. If you are new and you haven't subscribed yet and you enjoyed that little rant, or you just like talking movies in general, why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button before you make your way out? We'd love to have you join our little community over here. As always, guys, thank you so much for sitting there and hearing me out, and I hope to talk to you guys again real soon.